Hello guys, welcome once again. From this video, I will be starting a new video series on Java, and my C Sharp videos will go on with time, and I have to make more than 200 videos on C Sharp, and so I will make on Java, and I'll also start C++ and other languages. And but for now, I have to give you a brief introduction of Java in this video, and I will also tell you about how can you install JDK step by step. Okay, so let's get started and let's see what we have here. So first thing that you need to know that Java was developed in early 90s by Sun Microsystems. So it is it is said that the development team was gone on a tour of a coffee shop, and they got the idea there, or they have done something remarkable with this language, so that you see the symbol of a coffee cup on your Java, wherever you see Java image or something like that. So that is basically a story. Maybe it is true or not. I really don't know about that. So the next thing that you need to know that Java is case sensitive, unlike HTML, CSS that you have worked with recently, that I have told you about. So this is basically case sensitive, and that means you have to put the syntax as it is, as it is defined. So you can't put it in small letters or capital letters, and all the stuff that you have done in HTML and CSS. So it is different from that. So the next thing is that Java is basically our high level programming language. Okay, so it is like C Sharp and C++. These are also high level programming languages. So if you are familiar with the low level and high level programming language concept, then you will be familiar with that. But so I'm not going to jump into that discussion right now. I'm going to move on the next point, and that is basically Java is portable. So what is that line mean? I mean, Java is portable. Java is portable. That means that Java code that you will write on Windows operating system, it can also be run at Linux, at Mac OS, at Ubuntu, a lot of different platforms. So Java code on Windows can also be run on Mac. So that is basically the concept of portable things. Okay, so that is basically portable. Like you say that your USB is portable, you can put it on any laptop on any port. Okay, so same thing is with the language Java. So the next thing is that Java is object oriented. So in object oriented programming language, you work with objects. So that is the basically difference between other programming languages and oriented programming languages. So that's it with the introduction. We are done with that, so we are going to move ahead, and we will see how can we install our JDK in our system. So for that purpose, what you will do, you will go here and you will search for command prompt. So there it is, command prompt. You will open it up, and here you need to write Java C to check if your JDK is installed in your system. So there is a possibility that JDK is already installed on your system, and the same possibility is that it is not installed on your system. So let's check if my system has JDK or not. So I will just type Java C here in my command prompt, and I will press enter. So you will see that Java C is not recognized as an internal or external command. So it is telling me that JDK is not installed in my system. So what I need to do, I just have to download JDK and I have to install that. Okay, so I will open my browser and I will go to google.com, and I will simply search for JDK. Okay, so I will write here JDK, and the first link that you see, just open it up. Nothing to do with that. So it will show me two things here, like Java SE downloads, and that is basically the IDE NetBeans. So one thing to tell you that Java basically have two IDs, two big IDs. That is, one is NetBeans and the other one is Eclipse. So I am going to tell you about I'm going to work with Eclipse in the upcoming videos. So I'm just going to ignore that. I'm not going to do anything with that. So I will just click on Java download, and it will take me to the page like this. Okay, so what I need to do, I will just accept license agreement, and I just need to install this Java kit for my Windows 64. So this is basically 186 MBs, and if you have a 32-bit operating system, then you can install from here. Somewhere here it must be giving x86. Yes, this one is x86 here, right here. So you can install this 181 MBs package if you have 32-bit Windows, and if you have 64-bit Windows, you will install this. So let's see what I have. I know I have like 64-bit, so I will search for system, but it is not showing me. So what I will do, I will just search for control panel, and I will go to the control panel, and the next thing that I do, I will go to system. I will search system from here, and you will see there I'll go with the system. So I will open it up, and I will see that this is system type is 64-bit operating system that I have. Okay, so now I am going to install this Windows 64-bit. So I will just click on that, and it will automatically give me the link, and it will start downloading this. So I'll get back to you when I will download this. So I have downloaded my JDK of 187 MB. So what I will do, I will just go and click on that, and it will run, and I will press yes, and my JDK will start to install in my system. You can see that I have this kind of thing on here. So that is telling me that Java development kit. It is pretty straightforward, so you have to follow some simple steps. So just click on next, and Java IC development kit will start to install on your system. So when it will complete, so now you will see something like this. It will ask you for the destination folder, and I have no objection on that path, so I will just leave it as it is, and I will press next. So it will start installing that Java JDK on that specific path, okay, that I have selected. So it will run, so we have to wait until it's done. So when that process will done, this window will open, and now what you need to do, you will just close, because it is telling me that some kind of tutorials will be shown to you when you will click next step. So I don't need that, so I will close that, and you are done installing Java JDK on your system. So now how can you see that if Java is installed on your system or not? So you will go to Windows, your C directory, where you can see that program files. So when you will select program files, you can see the Java folder has appeared right here. Okay, so now what you need to do, you will just double click on Java, and you will see that you have these two folders like JDK and JRE. Okay, so the next step you need to do, you need to define environment variables, and for that purpose you will search for control panel, and you will open your control panel, and the next thing you need to do is to search for system here. So you will click on system, and you will see something like this. And now you need to click here on advanced system settings. So when you will click here, you will see the option here like this, environment variables. So you need to select the environment variable, and the next thing that you need to do, you will go here and you will select this path. Okay, so that is basically the path, and then you will double click on that, or you can edit that. So the variable name, I can remain, it should remain like path, or you can change the variable name if you want. So right now I will not change the name of that variable, but you can do if you want. So I will go back to my folder, that JDK, okay, that folder. So once again I'm going to tell you how can you come here from your main computer. So you will go to your Windows file C directory where you have installed your JDK. So you will double click on that, and then you will go to the program files here, and then you will find Java folder here, and then you need to click on Java, and then you will reach to this JDK and JRE folders. So you need to double click on JDK. Okay, so then you will reach to something like this, and from here you will double click on bin. Okay, so this kind of folder will open up, and you just need to double click here, and it will give you the path of your JDK bin folder. So you just need to copy that, Control C, or I can copy like this, and I will go to this thing, my system. So here I already have a variable value. I don't need to remove that, but what I will do, I will just put a semicolon here, and I will paste that link, that path that I have copied from here. So I just need to press OK, and I will press OK, and then again OK, and you are done installing your JDK. So how will you know that your JDK is installed or not? So you will just go to your Windows and search for command prompt. So here it is. When you will open up your command prompt, and when you will press Java C, and when you will hit enter, you can see there is a hell lot of stuff here, and that I have got by pressing Java C. So that means your JDK is installed successfully right now. So Java C, that command is basically used to run your Java code. You will write Java C, and the next thing you will write your folder name or your file name in which your Java code resides, and same things will happen, and the output will be shown in this command prompt. So that is basically the function of that Java C. But why we need to install JDK, Java Development Kit, on your system, unlike C++ and C#? When you use that, you don't need to have any kind of kit, but you just install a compiler directly and you run code on that, and you are done. But you need to know that for running Java, in spite of IDE, you also need the JDK in your system, that Java Development Kit, like Android Development Kit, if you are familiar with that. So that's it for today. What we have learned today, we have learned about Java, a little bit things, and we have learned step by step installing JDK. So that's it for today, and in the next video I will tell you how to install Eclipse step by step, and how can you work with Eclipse effectively. So that's it for today, and thanks for watching. I hope you have learned something new today, and please rate, comment, subscribe. Bye for now.